Hey guys, OJ Albina here, bringing you guys my BBR Season 2 Week 1 battle against Seabad and his Detroit Steel Wings. We're hoping to start off the season with the W, but we have a very tough matchup, so we'll see what we can do jumping into this one. I do want to do a quick little team breakdown just so you can see what we're bringing, why we're bringing it, and all that stuff. Just so you have a little bit of background knowledge going into the match, and so you can know what we're bringing and all that good stuff. So, our team, if you did forget or you haven't checked out the draft analysis, which you definitely should, it'll be in the description below. Consists of Zarude, Pelipper, Kingdra, Reuniclus, Silvally, Alcremie, Toxicroak, Cinccino, Togedemaru, and Dusclops. While our opponent's team consists of Scizor, Diggersby, Mandibuzz, Ninetales Alola, Noivern, Salazzle, Jolteon, Sandslash Alola, Dusknoir, and Wartortle. Now, biggest threats right off the bat versus my team. One is Diggersby. I know Diggersby might not seem like a big threat versus my team because I do have Rain. I obviously have a million ways of killing it, but I don't really switch into it. So if it can position itself correctly and get it on the right mon, it can pretty much claim a kill depending on what it clicks. So I suppose it's a bit slow versus my team as well, so he may have to be a choice set. He may even be like, a Sash lead set just to get off a big hit off on something or something like that. Something we have to keep in mind at the very least. Something that's really annoying for me is going to be the Hail Core of Ninetales Alola plus Sandslash, especially Ninetales. I didn't really realize this in team prep, but through some mocks with my buddy Jason or Diet Tight, he kind of showed me that having Togedemaru as your Steel type isn't always a good time because Specs Ninetales kind of runs me one every time it comes in, which obviously isn't fun. So we're going to have to be very careful on that. Sandslash Alola can also be very scary in the endgame if we don't have our Rain, but we can always kind of cut it sweep short with that. We do have a potential Toxicroak to Vacuum Wave in the back too, so that's something we have to keep in mind. And then Noivern, another mon that's kind of a little bit scary versus me. Again, when you're Steel types of Togedemaru, you don't really switch into offensive flying types very well, so we're going to have to be careful on that. But I think we do have a pretty good squad in order to take on Seabad. And yeah, let's jump into it. So our first mon right here is going to be our Kingdra. We're rocking out with the Mystic Water, Swift Swim ability, Surf, Draco Meteor, Flip Turn, and Hydro Pump. EVs wise, we're rocking out with 100 HP, 196 special attack, and 212 speed with a timid nature. This thing is phenomenal versus Seabad. It pretty much comes in and it claims the kill every single time. Under Rain, he doesn't have anything for this besides maybe a Wartortle. And honestly, I could see a potential Wartortle coming maybe, literally just to kind of sponge hits from Kingdra, maybe Toxic it or something like that. So that's something we're going to have to keep in mind. But other than that, Surf and Draco Meteor pretty much two-tap the entirety of Seabad's team. So that's obviously really nice. Flip Turn is great for momentum. Surf is a reliable stat, while Hydro Pump, if we really need to, boost up the power a little bit more and pick up that extra KO on something like a Mandibuzz or something like that, we can obviously click that. And yeah, this thing's great if we can position it great under Rain and stuff like that. We're going to have to be a little bit careful because, like I said, we're playing against Hail, but if we can get in Pelipper, which, spoilers, we do bring, obviously, with the Swift of Kingdra in the bag, if we can U-turn out, get a slow U-turn, get in Kingdra, we can pretty much claim a kill if we position it quickly. So that's going to be Kingdra this week. Next up, we have our Zarude. We are rocking out with the Choice Scarf, Leaf Guard ability, Darkest Lariat, Power Whip, Rock Slide, and U-turn. EVs wise, we are rocking out with 108 HP, max attack, and 148 speed with an adamant nature. Now this gives us good speed control versus Seabad's team. Power Whip and Dark Slayer hit him decently hard. He does have the double flying Mandibuzz and Noivern, but I want to potentially bait those in and slowly start chipping those down for the rest of my team to really go crazy. Once Noivern goes down, Water Stab becomes a lot more free. It frees up our Kingdra to click water moves much easier, and it frees up our Togedemaru to switch into Ninetales solely opposed to Ninetales and the Noivern, which is obviously really nice. And it gives us good speed control. Outside of the Hail, we will outspeed everything on my opponent's team and hit it pretty hard in return. And obviously gives pivoting options. Rock Slide is for the Mandibuzz and the Noivern, and a big hit on the Ninetales, because I don't expect that thing to be Scarf, but I could definitely see an offensive set coming, and Rock Slide's going to do a ton of that. So I figured it'd be a good Scarf from this game, and it gives me a good pivot into Jolteon. So again, we don't have to put so much pressure on our Togedemaru, which is obviously coming up here in a second. But yeah, that's going to be our Zarude. Next up, we have our Pelipper, rocking out with the heavy duty boots, Drizzle as the ability, Scald, U-turn, Ice Beam, Roost. EVs wise, we got max HP, 92 defense, 100 special attack, 4 for death, and 60 speed with a bold nature. Now this thing is going to be a good catch-all check to pretty much the entirety of my opponent's physical offense. It's our Scizor check, it's our Diggersby check, it's our Sandslash Alola check. It is our Salazzle check as well, which obviously is a little bit scary because that thing's going to hurt with some Sludge Waves because we're Fizz Def. But regardless, it's a good catch-all check to all of his physical offense. It sets the Rain and stops the Hail from being absolutely terrifying for us. And if we can, position it well, we can, really do some damage with our Kingdra. That's why I'm, but the reason I'm not Damp Rock is because of the Ninetales lurking in the back. I don't ever think I'll get the full turns of Rain up regardless. So I figured having the boots in case rocks went up and stuff like that, because they don't have Defog on this team, would be pretty important. Scald's going to be what I'm spamming most of the time, but Ice Beam's nice for the Mandibuzz. It's great for the Noivern and all that good stuff. So that is going to be Helper. Next up, we got Togi D rocking out the Assault Vest. Lightning Rod is its ability. Zing Zap, U-Turn, Iron Head, and Nuzzle. EVs wise, we got 244 HP, 76 attack, 4 defense, 68 speed def, and 116 speed with a Jolly Nature. Now, this thing has so much pressure on it, and it's terrifying that my Togedemaru has to take as many hits as it does. But this is my Ninetales check. This is my Noivern check. 150%. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's checking a lot when it's just like it switches it on 2 things. But those 2 things are so good versus me, that's really, really terrifying. So if I can eliminate one of those and have Togi D check the other, it's obviously great for me. But regardless, this thing's actually really good versus him offensively. It hits him pretty hard. He doesn't pivot in well to it. His ground type is Diggersby, which isn't the most offensive thing, so U-turns are going to chunk that thing. Nuzzle's great for spreading para around, especially if he, goes like, a weird Noivern on this or something like that. That's obviously super, super clutch for us. Nothing wants to take a Nuzzle on his team besides, obviously, Diggersby, but that doesn't want to take an Iron Head. That doesn't want to take a Nuzzle. We'll be able to chunk those pretty well and, get off some key damage on those, which is obviously really, really good. And then dual stabs just for dual stabs because it covers my opponent's team pretty well in itself. This also serves as a good Jolteon check. We actually don't have a ground type, so that's also a really good check to that. We're immune to the, the electric and moves. Then next up we have our Silvally Steel, rocking out with the Steel Memory. Obviously, RKS system has the ability Swords Dance, Multi-Attack, Flame Charge, and Protect. EVs wise, we got 180 HP, 196 attack, and 132 speed with a Jolly Nature. Now, this thing is here as a breaker. Here's a potential late game win con. I really like this set a lot. Steel plus fire coverage hits the entirety of my opponent's team really hard outside of potentially Salazzle, but with Rain, I don't necessarily expect Salazzle to come, personally. It could. I don't think it's necessarily like the worst bring, but I personally don't see it. I think there's a lot of mons that do much, much better, and a lot of the steel resists other than that are going to be something like a Scizor, which we can flame charge up on, which is obviously phenomenal. And yeah, multi-attack is going to do an absolute ton to the entirety of my opponent's team. This serves as another Ninetales check. It serves as another Noivern check, which is also nice. I can get, I obviously kill the Ninetales. I get a big chunk off on the Noivern. If it tries to boost off, I can SD and then hit it again. So Silvally is very, very solid in this game, improving and being like, the early to mid-game breaker and really punching a hole in my opponent's team that they can't recover from. And then we can kind of keep up the momentum from there and hopefully put them in a checkmate position with Kingdra late game or our last member, which is going to be our Toxicroak, rocking out with the Cobra Berry. Dry Skin is its ability, Nasty Plot, Sludge Wave, Vacuum Wave, and Dark Pulse. EVs wise, we got 116 HP, 204 special attack, and 188 speed with a modest nature. This thing is phenomenal in the late game. If we can chip some things down, especially if we can get a Nuzzle off on the Noivern, a Nuzzle off on the Ninetales, or something like that, this thing goes crazy if we can find an opportunity to Nasty Plot. The Cobra Berry is obviously for the Noivern. If we get some chip on that thing as we Nasty Plot up and it comes in, we can pick that thing off with a Sludge Wave, which is obviously phenomenal for us. We're able to throw off big Vacuum Waves to pick off a potential Sand Slash that gets out of hand, which I think is very, very important. And kind of just Dark Pulse through the rest of my opponent's team that really wants to threaten us. The Scizor can be a bit of an issue for this set. The Salazzle can be a bit of an issue. But other than that, we hit the entirety of my opponent's team very, very hard. And I think it's going to be pretty solid itself. But yeah, that's going to be the team. I'll be right back with the match. Alright guys, here we are with the battle. We're finally connected with Seabad. That has been 2 days in the waiting at this point. So, whew, okay, let's see what we're going up against. No, War Turtle. Let's go Noivern. Okay. Let me get my notepad up. We are going to pull up with, let's see. We got the, oh, there's no Diggersby. Okay, Jolteon, sorry. I'm flustered because this finally is happening. Dusk, Noir, Noivern, Sand Slash, Ninetales, and Mandibuzz. Okay, so I think my play is 150% to lead Togi D, because a Nuzzle is free and it covers a Noivern lead, it covers a Ninetales lead if he wants to try and potentially get a Veil or something like that. So I think that's 150% my play at this point. So good luck, have fun to see you. Thank God we're actually playing finally. Oh, this has not been a fun time, but we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can take home a win after, all this hard work just getting the game freaking going. Oh man. Okay. Let me make sure my audio is good. Couch device is a little loud. Let's turn this down. It's a little too loud. I apologize. Crash. The Jolteon. Hey, that's my Jolteon sprite. Fire. Okay, dope. So what I think I want to do is I'm just going to U-turn. It'll be a nice slow U-turn on out. Depending on whatever he wants to do, I'll be completely fine. Shadow Ball's going to absolutely... Oh my god! That was a really good play. That was a really good bring. Wow. That was a really, really good bring. Okay, that puts us in a really bad spot. I'm not gonna lie. That puts us in an awful spot. Okay. Dang. Oh my god. Okay, that's really cool. I can't even be mad about that. That was actually really freaking cool. Power of Dig. That's a really smart bring. So we're gonna U-turn. We're not even gonna knock him out. That's annoying. We're gonna go back out into Togepi. If we need to sack it off, we need to sack it off. We just revealed we're Scarf, so this isn't the best start to the game whatsoever. Like, not the best start at all, but it's whatever. So we're gonna be able to Lightning Rod up. Not gonna matter unless he can't hit us other than Dig. We're not gonna be in the best spot, but we're gonna U-turn out. If he wants to hard dig, he can hard dig, I guess. Wow, that was crazy, man. Dig Jolteon. That was really cool. That was really cool. I didn't even think of that whatsoever in prep. That was a great bring. So he's just gonna raw dig. Okay, I want to see if he's like Jolteon, because I want to save this as sack fodder. Dig. Does literally nothing. So yeah, I'm going to save this as sack fodder just because I can. I would rather save this, you know, than not. So we're going to be able to go into Zarude right here, and then we're just going to be able to throw off one more U-turn. Man. Woo! Not good. Not good in the slightest. So yeah, that does nothing. And from here, I'm just going to U-turn once again. You can save this, but it gets me momentum regardless. So, woo! So he's going to switch this out in order to keep it around, which is obviously nice. He goes out into the Noivern, which is completely fine with me. I'm going to first see our Choice Scarf, which is good to know that he's first and not infiltrated despite us not bringing anything to really take advantage of that. He's Helmet Noivern. Okay. So let's check something. If he's a more defensive Noivern. But I don't have a lot for this thing. So max special attack has a chance to 2-hit KOS. But we don't really do much back. I think I'm going to go Pelipper. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Pelipper. Just because I can. And we're going to show an Ice Beam. I might U-turn out, actually, because I know if anyone hit from this thing. Ugh, I'm in such a bad spot right now. That bring in the beginning, man. That was crazy. Okay. So I'm just going to U-turn out. I'm assuming he'll scout for the Ice Beam. He'll U-turn out, or he'll hard switch out, fearing the Scarf. That's obviously not fun as well. So we'll see what we can do. So he is going to switch out. Okay. Big Papa, which is big ol' Dusknoir. And he might be Assault Vest, which would be very unfortunate. Dusknoir. If he is Assault Vest at level 50 with max HP, we do nothing to it. Absolutely nothing to it. See, now part of me wants to go Togepi and Nuzzle it, but I feel like I get nothing really out of that. In the rain, how much do we do? With Pump, we can 2-hit KO him. I want to keep the health on it, though, man. I want to keep the health on it, and it could have something crazy for me. It's a Rude. There's a good chunk to it. So we're going to go into this, and we're going to U-turn. We're going to try and get my guy in the Vortex a little bit here. Try and Volt turn around a little bit. So he's leftovers. He's not even, okay. We're going to U-turn. He's a whole Mana Buzz. I don't think he should just protect. Shit. Okay. Very interesting. Damn, bro. This is so bad. I think this is where you sack Togepi. Damn. This also covers him going for like a Toxic if he's like a sub-Toxic Protect set. I want to potentially be able to stop that. Which is nice. So, we're going to go Togepi. Gonna go for a Nightshade. He must be like a Toxic set or something like that. I don't want to get Willowed if that's what he was. I guess U-turn was free regardless. Maybe I should have U-turned, but honest to God, it should be fine. Now, is this my opportunity with Silvally? I think this is. We're leaving ourselves so open to Ninetales right now, though. I'm going to Swords Dance up. God, that play really threw me off. Oh my gosh, the Togepi play really, really put me so far on the back foot, and I'm not really playing too well afterwards. Maybe I shouldn't have gone into this so early. So we're going to SD. See Nightshades. I think what I do is I Flame Charge into my move, because he obviously can't touch me very well. So he tried to disable me. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I didn't need that move again. That's fine. Okay. Okay. This is going to break a little bit right here. And a multi-attack. I can't outspeed the Sand Slash outside of Hail with only +1. So I don't want to go for +2. Just going to be able to take it out. Okay, clutch. Down it goes. Okay, not a 6-0. Man, this is a rough start to the game for your boy. This is a rough start to the game for your boy. Okay. If he's Adamant, we don't even outspeed Adamant. Okay. That is something we got to keep in mind. That is something we got to keep in mind. Man. Okay. Now it's a matter of what he wants to go into. Do we knock out the Noivern at +2? Sub-Zero. Which is the Ninetales. Wait a minute. I mean, he's still going to have to give me another kill. I don't even play cutesy around this. I think I just multi-attack. If he gives me this, I control the weather. If he gives me this, I control the weather, and that means Kingdra can win. That's all I need. It's just to control the weather. So he's going to pivot out to Crash. Fair play. I can save this for later as well. So this is fine. Sand Slash Alola. Fees. Earthquake. A level 50. with a life orb. He doesn't kill us, even if he's life orb. But I think I need health on this. I'm going to go into Pelipper. This is my check. I need to go into Pelipper. Yeah. 100%. Okay. We'll see what we can do. Yep, so he's going to Earthquake. That's fine. I'm not taking that risk. There's no reason for me to do so, and then I'm going to U-turn. Yeah, okay. Woo! If he goes Noivern, I can go Freeze to Volley because the rain's up, so the Flamethrower is not going to do a lot to us, and we can just go off 2 ulti attacks, I think. Or even just go Kingdra. Kingdra's so free right now. Okay. So he's going to knock off. Heavy Duty Boots. He has Life Orb, which means our Kingdra in the rain knocks him out with Surf. We don't have to worry about some weird item. Clutch. Very clutch. Okay. Okay. If he's not like a Spadef Moltres, I mean the Moltres, Noivern, we should do a freaking chunk to him, man. I'm just gonna Surf. I have no reason to click another button. So he's gonna withdraw. Sub-Zero the Ninetales. This is gonna do a lot. This is going to do a lot of damage. That is a 2-hit KO. We're buffeted by the hail. It's fine. And the question is, what do I want to sack off? Because I do sack to this Pokemon at this point. I think I'm going to sack off our Zarude. I don't see it doing too much at this point otherwise. So we're going to sack him off. Aurora Veil. Okay. It's fine. I'm just going to throw off a Rock Slide. Try and do as much damage as possible to the rest of his team. He might think that he can just live a hit, and I'm fine with putting this thing in range of Vacuum Wave. I'm completely fine with that. So he's going to switch. Go out into Noelle. The Noivern. Okay. So Rock Slide was pretty no drawback at this point. And I think at this point, I kind of just stay and spam Rock Slide. If I can get a crit, or if I can get a flinch, I'm in a really good spot. So we're faster, obviously. We know that he's Rocky Helmet. So we're chipping him down pretty well. And I don't think I need this for anything else. I'm just going to spam Rock Slide. If I get 1 flinch, I think I knock him out too. Which is phenomenal. So we know he's Veil Ninetales, which is actually really good to know. Like, really good to know. We're going to stay in. We're going to Rock Slide. Can we get a flinch? Oh, we got a crit. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I'm sorry, man. That really does blow. I'm sorry. So it's going to be Zarude's first kill. I'm sorry. That really does blow. That puts him in an iffy spot. So yeah. That went from being willing to sack off Zarude to getting a kill with Zarude. Which is, again, not very fun for my opponent. So I don't blame him. It's not a good time. So Crystal's going to come out, which is going to be this guy. Again, I'm just going to sack, run down some Veil turns, and hopefully put this thing in range of my guy. Triple Axle. First one hits. Second one does as well, and we are going to go down. That's cool that it gets Triple Axle, actually. I didn't know that. I guess the next thing for us to see. Oh. Is going to be with a light screen up. If Kingdra, outside of the rain, knocks this thing out. It does not. What about Toxicroak? Toxicroak also does not, and I think I need Toxicroak. So what I'm gonna do, what about Flame Charge on our guy? I don't think it'll knock it out, but it should 2-hit KO him. Because Hail is gone. So even with a Reflect Up, I know it's not doing very much. But it's still doing a chunk. And I know I won't die to an Earthquake, even if he's Life Orb. Like, I know I don't die to this hit. So we'll see what we can do. Our Kingdra endgame is looking pretty nice. We have more sacks at this point. But it's just a matter of going forward, I guess. As I'm going to Flame Charge, this puts him in a position where he should probably stay in. Yeah. It's not do very much at all. And this next turn, I think I'm going to Protect to try and stall one more turn. Was that a crit? I think that was a crit. Oh, no, we just died. Okay. Well, regardless what this is going to do, is it's going to put him in range of our Toxicroak, which I think is very important at this point. And I want to see info. There's 3 turns of Veil left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Vacuum Wave. So he's going to switch out. I really wanted a Nasty Plot to call the Mandibuzz switch in, but I don't think that's our play. So we did about literally not even lefties damage, which is not a good. So he's probably Spadef through a Light Screen that did like literally nothing. Okay. This puts me in a really tough spot. I'm going to go Pelipper in case he foul plays or knocks off or roosts or anything like that. I feel like maybe I should have stayed in and Nasty Plotted because now the Ninetales is going to come in and kill something and I hate that. That's so bad for me. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Oh, and that was a bad play. So he's going to double out. He doesn't even have U-turn. Man, I knew I should have Nasty Plotted. That's so bad for me. That is so bad for me. Okay. So, I know he's not Specs, which means I may not be 2-hit KO with Toxicroak. I think that's my only play. God! I shouldn't have sacked Silvally. Sacking Silvally was a bad play. Okay. Oh, if only we had Togepi right now. If we had Togepi, we'd be in such a good spot. We would be in such a good spot. Okay. So there is hope. Depending on what he clicks. I'm assuming he clicks Freeze Dry. Psyshock. Fuck, man. This is so bad. Yeah, we got sauced this game. Crit, I don't think it mattered. It's so frustrating. No free shock? I mean, free shy? Yeah, I think we lose. I don't think there's another play for us to win. We played that game really bad. I'm not happy with how I played that game whatsoever. GG bad. He played great. He brought a great team. We didn't play very good. If he hard switches out, maybe. But yeah, he's just going to freeze dry. I don't have anything for this at this point. My only hope is that he chokes and he sacks this. Or if he's like slower for some reason. He's running like no speed. But what he should do is just sack the Sand Slash. That's literally all he needs to do. Or no, he could just sack the Mandibuzz because he has the Sandslash to outspeed me if he comes back in, even if he doesn't outspeed me himself. So I'm just going to click Surf. I'll be able to lower the diff, pick up at least 1 kill. It's not looking good, yeah. So he wins the game, unfortunately. Not our best game. Not our best at all. I'm very frustrated with how I played that game. Very, very frustrated. We're going to have to just adjust, bounce back next week. That was not a good showing by your boy. Not a good showing. If he goes hard Ninetales here. He goes hard Ninetales. So I'm going to click Hydro, just because it gives me the best odds of winning. I mean, lowering diff. And if he switches, we're going to Hydro Pump. We're going to be able to clean knock him out. But that's... Oh, Tailwind. That lived? What the fuck? I don't know why the Tailwind. I'll keep it $150. I don't know if that accomplished much when... what do you call it? He just had Hail to stop me from outspeeding anyways, but it's whatever. It doesn't matter too much. Game's outcome was the exact same. Unless the Ninetales was slower for some reason, then I don't think the game mattered at all. So yeah, GG's to Seabed. Unfortunately, we're just going to get tossed this week. That was not our best showing. The Z-Dig Jolteon really threw me off. That was an amazing bring. Really, really good bring on his end, and hopefully we can bounce back going forward, because I'm not too happy with myself there. He played very aggressively, and he played very good. So once again, I can't get too upset about that one. But we're going to surf here, just because, in case he misclicks. You never know. Okay, yeah. So that's going to be the game. GG's to him. Definitely go check out his site if you haven't done so already. I'm sure that there was a lot of really, a lot of hype plays in there, because he made some great calls in getting me and stuff like that. But fortunately, we're going to drop week 1. Week 2, we got Magnitude. Hopefully, we can bounce back there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the battle, be sure to drop a like. If you're new here, be sure to drop a sub. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.